Good morning. I think I cut that one a bit short, but good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Who have we got here? We have, good morning, Letty. Good morning, Diane. God, this thing's slow. Good morning, Machine. Good morning. Oh, what a week. What a week has it been? Oh my goodness. Um, Bella may or may not show up this morning. She's actually starting her uh, classes today. Yeah. We had Bella's just about a year and a half old now, and we wanted to put her in puppy training classes, but and I don't know if you're aware, but there was some upper respiratory thing going on with dogs last year that I call it puppy COVID, that made us hesitate about taking her to those classes. Well, that's all over, so she starts her first class today. Her papa's going to take her. So, how have you all been? Are you excited to get the new year started? I know this is our second broadcast of 2025. It's been okay so far. I know it's only been 11 days. Um, okay, so what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk. Oh, here we got a message here from Doug. Let's take a look at it. Good morning, Doug. Everyone from West Hills, this is a good diversion from the fires in Los Angeles. We're back home from having to evacuate. Oh, I'm good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Oops, where'd we go? And Letty says that she's doing good, that she's all caught up. And again, Doug, we're glad to hear that things are that you're back home. Prayers and best wishes and everything that we can do to help out in the yes, exactly, Diane. Be safe, Doug. Um, there is one person kind of missing today. Um, our friend Cindy King. Uh, she had a loss in the family, so she will not be here today. But I want to ask that everybody share uh, prayers and best wishes, and whatever your energy is, share that with her. Her and her family need all the good energy we can give them today. Okay, so again, we're going to talk about hats. Yeah, I know, Diane. I am too. We're going to talk about hats, and not hats as in how to hoop them. We've done that a couple of times, and we'll do it again. And not how to place your center front logo. Again, we've done that before, and again, we'll probably do that again. But today, we're going to talk about we're going to talk about um, using your wide cap frame. Good morning, Barb. Good morning, Barb. It's good to see you. We're going to talk about the wide cap frame and how you place your elements, your design files, and where to place them, and how to get them to stitch all the way over from one ear to the other. That's what we're doing today. So, the first thing we need to do is we need to know just how wide our cap frame can go. So, we're going to show a little video. Let me get that up here. Add to scene. So, and I'm gonna pause and oh, let me come back here. Get ahead of myself. Okay, so obviously this is our hat frame. Um, Come on, let me in here. No, I do not want to remove from scene. Oh, I know. What do I want to do? Cancel. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing here, so let's just move forward. This is my cap frame on my machine. All right. It is set up center, and now I want to find out how wide I can go. I'm going to use a combination of turning the driver and watching the screen. I don't have a cutaway of the screen, so you're going to have to trust me on this. I'm going to turn the driver all the way to the far side. All right. Now, my point of reference is my needle plate, specifically the needle, the where the needle goes into the machine. And I want to measure from this point over. So we're in our position. We're going to fuss around and find our measuring tape. Yeah, I decided that I wanted to try to find a piece of tape. Didn't find a piece of tape handy. Didn't want you guys to wait. So I'm just going to kind of hold it in place. And then I'm going to turn the hoop, turn the driver in the other direction. Yeah, sometimes we need a third hand. Turn it in the other direction. Need that third hand. All the way to the other side. Come along, little doggy. You can do it. Just a bit more. Come along. And again, we're going to use our needle plate as our center to find our measurement. And this measures 14 inches. 14 inches. Okay, so that's what we have to work with. Come on, where am I? Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. I don't want to remove it from scene. I don't know where I went. Are you guys still there? All right. Oh my goodness. Someday I'm going to have to figure this out, right? Okay, so we're going to pull that back. All right. So that's what we've got. We've got 14 inches from ear to ear. 14 inches. Actually, it'd be this way, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, so how do we do this? We are going to create in our we're going to create on our software, whatever software you're using, we're going to create a template. I don't know where my piece went. There we are. Oh my goodness. All right. You know, there needs to be better training on this software. I know, I'm terrible. Okay, so we're going to create a template. And here's my template. My outside box is 14 inches. Should I make this a different color so you can see it? Can you see that better? What if we do that? All right, so it's 14 inches. Actually, it's 14 inches left to right and 3 inches bottom to top. So what's all this other stuff in the middle? Well, the other stuff in the middle represents a template for your standard hat hoop. This is a template that I use. This is the template that I keep. When somebody tells me they need a design file that is left of center, I know, and I'm gonna, let's see, I know that this area is the center seam where all that bulk is. I know that this area is left of center or right of center. And I know that this area, did I get that right? No, I need to go out here, is a full front. Okay. And I usually use a 2.2 inches, 2.25 inch top to bottom. A lot of my clients have brother machines, which are very restrictive in their hat size files. So yeah, this is the template that I use. Now, for today, I have added a center, a right, and a left side. So how do we know exactly where we need this to be? We use our template. Just like any other hat file, you need to build your design set center out and bottom up, just like any other file. So the first file we're going to lay in here, we're going to pull this up out of the way, and we are just going to, oh, I don't know, let's put a big old star in here. This is our first part. This is the part that's going to go in the center. Yep. Now, we know that that's going to stitch, and we're going to double check our starts and stops. We know it needs to start at the bottom, and it needs to go up. And, you know, we might want to play with our underlays. Whatever we do for our front center hat position, and I have company coming. I don't know if you can see her. Yeah, she's a big kitty, and she wants to be petted. So anyways, that's what we do for our front piece. All right. And then whether we go left or right, it doesn't matter. Let's just say we're going to put some text. This is our test right. Come on, girl, get out of the way. Thank you. Test right. Now, remember we got to go center out. Well, this is our center. Regardless of where this is positioned, it needs to go out, which means that this piece here needs to stitch THGIR space T. Do you see this? I guess I ought to get caught up. Good morning. Oh, Rhonda, good morning. Sorry, let me get caught up here. Reminds me of a song, How Low Can You Go? Let's see. Did you guys not see the video? I'm sorry, I'm 7 minutes behind. We're stuck at the initial part. Nothing moving. What machine and hoop are you using? That was my happy. Shall we go back and see that video again? All right. Let me bring it up. Do, do, do. Oh, where to go? I know you can't see what I'm doing here either. Do, do, do. Okay, I'm hoping you can see this. What I've done is I've taken the driver and I've moved it all the way over to one side. Okay, I'm using my needle, my stitch plate as my center position. I'm going to place some measuring tape. I'm going to roll it all the way around. And like I said before, I'm going to look for a third hand. I don't have one, but it might be something that evolution could take care of in a few millennia, 100,000 years. And I'm going to keep rotating. I'm using the screen to guide from my far right over to my far left, or far left over to my far right, whichever direction you're going. And again, I'm using the needle plate as my stop, my center. That's where my measurement's going to be. And as you can see, it's 14 inches. That's my center. That's my left to right. Okay. So I'm going to now do. All right, I'm back. Let me get rid of this. And we'll go back to this. Where do I go with that? There I am. Okay. So again, just to recap, this template is 14 inches across. Center is obviously 7 inches, and we're also 3 inches tall. Okay? Okay. So what I did here is, remember, we still need to do our bottom up, center out. So I placed my center element first. That's this piece right here. And then I'm going to place my side element, my first side element. My first side element is on the right side. But remember, we're going in this direction, so it has to travel in this direction, which means that I'm going to change my sequence so that it will stitch THGIR space TSET. Now, we're also going to do something on the left side. Left, test, learn to type, create, We're going to place that. And because this is going to come all the way back over here, this one is going to stitch in its correct order, left to right, left, L-E-F-T space T-E-S-T. We're going to get rid of all of this, hide, and we're going to look at it. We're going to watch it run. And of course, you'll take care of all of your underlays and all of your spacing and all of the positioning. Oops. So, okay, so you see how that works, right? But how do we make sure when we get it on the machine, come on, unhide all. Thank you. How do we make sure when we get it on the machine that it's actually going to position correctly? Well, that is where your start position comes into play. I guess I can just go ahead and leave these off, can't I? And hide. Yeah, we don't need these either. And hide. Okay, so on this software, we have something called start position, end position, where we can tell the software where we want our positioning to start. And when I say positioning, I mean that's where that trace needle starts on the garment. Not where the machine, not where the stitch out starts, but where the trace needle needs to be positioned for our layout positioning. And for hats, and especially in this case, I'm going to ask it to start bottom center. Okay? I'm not too worried about the end position. It can come back, return to the start. That's fine. And then I'm going to say okay. And this is my start position. If we look, let's go. It is now centered here. Let's see. Unhide. Oh, isn't that terrible? Look at this. My template is not centered. I'll have to fix that. Which means, unhide all, that everything is off center. So let's move it. And then we move this. Oh, you get the idea. Let me just go ahead and get rid of this stuff again. Okay, so I'm centered here. This is my front center. This is going to be my start point. This is my positioning point. Slightly off center, which is fine. I can deal with that. And then, of course, we're going to trace to make sure that it stays within our space. And then it's going to stitch. It's going to stitch our star. Then it's going to come over here to the right. And then it's going to come over here to the left. But wait, there's more. What if we don't want this? What if all we want is one side and our star? How do we position that? Again, we're going to delete that, and that now changes our start position. And I want to manually switch it. So this is where, come along, little doggy. Manually digitize my start point. And this is where I want my start point. And what it's going to do, you're going to remember, you're going to place your needle, your trace needle, at your start point. And then it will, in your trace, it will trace here, it will go over to the right, and it will go up and then come back and come back down. It will not involve the left side of this trace at all. It will just trace from the center to the right. Are there any questions on this? Are we understanding this? And of course, when you take this to the machine, it's going to be very important that it's upside down because your hat is upside down. Everybody got that? Okay. So, I'm sorry.
No dogs at the registration.
One moment, people. It's not the registration. This is the class.
So I bring her
Yes. And all the paperwork.
and all that. Sorry. Come on.
Okay. So, yes, remember I said earlier today is Bella's first day of class. Well, the papa decided that he's going to wait. Never mind. Let's go back. Okay. So, here we are. Let me go back and there I am. Okay, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Whether you're asking me here now through the YouTube, um, on the Facebook, through the email, however, just ask and I'll be there. Uh, okay. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought. Oh, there was something else I wanted to show you. Let me see if I can bring it up. Do 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 do. Bring this down here. I have a new product, and it's a lot of work. So before I go on to the second part, I wanted to get your opinion. Let me put this back up. On my website, I now have a product line called Quilters Machine. We will have to make a point to find each other. All right. So I have a new product. It's called Quilters Merit Badges. Do you remember when you were in the Scouts, whether it be the Girl Scouts or the Boy Scouts? You're welcome, Diane. You had merit badges you had to earn and cover your sash. Well, what if you're, I thought I would put together merit badges for quilters. One of my favorite quilts that I did was the Underground Railroad. which is a sampler quilt that uses um, different quilt blocks to convey messages. Yeah. So that is my new product line. You complete a quilt block, you can collect your badge and display it. It can be displayed on your totes or on your jackets or on your quilt bag. Um, I'm working on the Farmer's Wife right now. I also want to do the Dear Jane. But again, we're talking about hundreds of different quilt blocks. So let me know what your opinions are on that. And God, I can never find myself here. Where am I? There I am. And next week, I don't know if you guys have heard, but Wilcom has come out with an upgrade, and that upgrade has some new features. And I thought I would feature the new features next week. Thank you, Letty. So yeah, I thought I would feature the new features next week, and then of course the following week I will be at Long Beach. So what are the thoughts on the following one? I'm sorry, Letty, I think I got lost on the following one. What? I'll hang out. I'm gonna have a little sip of coffee here. Oh my goodness. So again, Long Beach, I'll be gone from the 20th to the 25th. Oh, the second patch or the second set. The second set is the Farmer's Wife, which is another. Uh, oh, this was the Jacob's Ladder. Yes, it was. Are you familiar with quilts? Where'd it go? Oh, I did that again. Do 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 do. All of them. If you're familiar with this quilt, it's made up of um, different blocks. Oh, are you suggesting? Oh my goodness, that's an idea. Letty, are you suggesting to do this in a square template? Hold on, let me open it up and show you what I got here. Do 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 do. Open says me. Let's make this 2.5. Oops, that's not what I want. Ungroup. And do 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 do. So that if I'm understanding you correctly, what you're suggesting is that it be done in squares. Let's see if I can bring that one in. I know we're getting a little long. Let me open up the quilting. Here we go again. What do you think, Letty? Exactly. Oh, you are genius. I can do that. I can do that. Wonderful idea. Yay! And then the border of the patch works like a border of a quilt. Of course, each of these would be different. All right. Okay. I'm excited. I will I will continue to build the quilt patches. All right. Okay, people, we're 37 minutes in. We should get going. Thank you for your suggestions regarding the quilters merit badges. Um, I hope to see you next week. Again, we're going to talk about it's a wonderful idea, Letty. It's a wonderful idea. We're going to talk about the new features for Wilcom, and then I'm going to go to Long Beach. And I think right now we should say bye. Fun? Do you have more questions? Do you want to learn something new? Join me at quicktostitch.com for coffee and conversation, and we'll talk about it. Embroidery machines, designs, and business. Hope to see you soon. Bye now.